Here we go. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, folks, sorry about that. Had a little issue with my camera. Not sure why that happened, but hey, I'm here. Sorry about that. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. Thank you for coming. Sorry about the delay here. Trying to get things going. Please state that you're here so I know that you're here. Hey, Molly, how you doing? Had a little minor hiccup with my camera, so yeah. I'm doing just okay myself because I just had some issues with my camera right off the bat. So I'm here. Things are going better. I could see myself, which is nice. Yeah. Still not feeling 100% because, there is Jason.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I hope you're feeling better.
A little bit, yeah. No, I just had something that just didn't agree with my stomach, and it made me gassy and bloated. And it was
Right before your live yesterday, I just felt so off. I literally crashed from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm still not 100%. My backs of my hands are like ice cold. So I'm a little chilly right now.
I got the heater on.
So we got the heater on too. It's 42 degrees outside.
Oh, that's I think 54. Molly was saying 53.
Interesting saying there, Rob.
Basically, salutations.
Salutations and greetings. Let's see here. I do know in 2 weeks on the, I believe it is Thanksgiving, I will not be live because it's usually my normal Thursday live. So I'm letting you guys know now. In about 2 weeks, I will not be on for obvious reasons. I'm going to be visiting my family. Hope you're feeling a lot better, Jason. I know you're probably feeling cold too. Hence, I'm wearing my stocking cap rather than my other cap for now.
Yeah, Molly says hi.
Hi.
PC and to Jenny. Hi, Jenny. And Rob. Hi, Rob.
She's not feeling so hot either. So, yeah. We still have Ian. Apparently, we have Ian for the most of the week.
Cat scratch fever.
Good song, not so much on the actual thing.
Yeah.
But, I haven't even been outside for a couple of days because it's just been one of those days, you know?
Yeah, I went outside and had a no-show today.
Say it again?
Oh, I was talking about the video I was doing.
Oh, My ears are ringing off the hook, so bear with me here.
Uh,
Were you live?
no, I wasn't live. No,
Oh, that's why I didn't get a problem.
no, I'm just videoing.
I'm
Causing
sorry you'll be having Thanksgiving by yourself there, Rob. Now, do you celebrate Thanksgiving the same day we do, or does England have something separate? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It's called Christmas.
No. He's saying he'll be having Thanksgiving for one.
Uh,
So I don't know if he celebrates it or not. I mean, he comes to America a lot, so I wasn't sure.
no, he doesn't have anything. They don't have anything like that in England.
I thought there might be something similar. I know Canada does.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure about.
Copycats.
Copycats.
I mean,
well, back in the day when it first happened and everything, there was no Canada or America. It was just,
colonies.
It was just the colonies. There was no different countries then. But that was way back in there. Yep. Yes, he does. He does have an American family, so yes, he does celebrate. Well, you're part of our family too, Rob, so don't worry about that.
Well, he's gonna have Thanksgiving via Skype with his family.
Yeah. Well, I'm like I said, I'm going to be visiting my sister and my nephew this week, that week. So I don't usually get a chance to go do that, but I found out recently my older sister was in a car accident.
Mm.
And it totaled her car just as she got it paid off.
Oh.
This is my older sister that is fighting breast cancer.
Yeah.
And everything else. She weighs $110 if she's carrying something. She's really tiny. But she's also very feisty. So she's one of those kind of people.
Yeah, what's with all the traffic accidents with everybody I know?
I don't know. I mean, I found out after the fact that it happened. And yeah. But we made contact with her, and she's okay. It's just that her car's totaled.
Yeah, let's see. Earl was in a traffic accident, and another person was.
Oh wow, that's not good.
Yeah, Earl was in a pretty serious one.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he broke his sternum.
That's reef robber, right?
Yeah, he broke his sternum, bloody nose, and a scuff on the arm. He got extremely lucky.
Oh yeah, so did my sister. Hey Dan, links in the chat if you want to come up. Just.
And we're not expecting CR today.
Oh yeah, we're not expecting CR today.
Why is that?
He was doing something else.
I haven't heard, so I wouldn't know. Like I said, I told him to tell you that I wasn't going to make it because.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever have one of those feelings you feel like you just got drained?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like, and I laid back like I've been up for like 10 hours straight. Put my head on put my feet up. I woke up 4 hours later. So, and I'm still feeling that. Jenny is recovering too. So, but we think a lot of hers is because she had a combo. When she went to the doctor last, she got her booster shots for both COVID and her flu shot at the same time. So, yeah. So one of the two or a combo of both is what she ends up with. And yes, I get a little bit of it too.
Yeah, that's it, Rob.
How did he get across the channel? The pond, as you say. In a tank, no less.
He has floaties, some noodles.
Does he have one of those? What do they call it?
No, the tub tanks.
No. Okay, the troop ships. They used to drop the tanks off on they did at Normandy.
Oh, he said Disney Magic.
Disney Magic. Okay, I can understand that. Disney can do anything apparently. Actually, Jason, I was watching a lot of Corporal's Corner the last couple of days, and a bunch of other people who have been doing thrift store challenges and stuff like that. And they're
What
saying,
store challenge?
$25 thrift store channel, $100
Thrift
thrift
store.
store challenge, and doing, these are survival challenges. Now, I physically can't get out and go do it right now, but I can provide the gear for anybody who wants to try it. That's under $100, guaranteed. But I wish Ian would be the one who could help me do this, but he's not interested in helping me out. He doesn't like being on camera. So that kind of limits what I can do and what
He's
he
on
can.
camera everywhere. Does he know that?
Huh?
He's on camera everywhere. Doesn't he know that?
No, I mean, direct talking to a camera. He does not like being a center of attention. You know what I mean? He's not like me.
Yeah.
Me, I have no problem with it.
Now, do you talk to the camera when you walk into the grocery store?
I do. If I can tell that someone's watching, I wave. I did see something where somebody was in Walmart trying to get somebody's attention. He actually wrote a piece of paper that said, "Hey, we need help in cosmetics. See if anybody's paying attention to the camera."
Mm-hmm.
They were there for a half an hour after you ring the bell for service type situation. No one showed. No, Ian would definitely be my choice for help me do a thrift store challenge. Cleaning out his ears.
That's what.
Pretty yucky, huh?
Don't do that, bud.
Well, how long has it been since you cleaned up?
2 days.
Okay, let me get out of this little comment there.
You had to eat headphones in all week.
No, I haven't had him in today.
Now, okay, here's what I want to propose to you, Jason.
What?
Not without actually going to the thrift store today or in the recent, near future, given the stuff you've picked up in the past.
Yeah.
From thrift stores. So for those people who are like mobility
I got
challenged.
you all beat.
Huh?
I got you all beat.
How's that?
Oh, about $400 worth of a bow. It's for $62.
I bought $2,000 worth of backpacking gear for under $100.
Yeah.
I think I might have got you beat.
Yeah, Mike.
But I didn't buy a bow, but I know where to get a bow for under $100. So there's
With
that.
the hard case, all the arrows.
I don't have that, but I already own a lot of that stuff already. But I have found some really decent stuff. Ian, actually, no, the bow that we gave to Jarrett, Ian found in the trash in a case with arrows and everything else.
I kept hoping I would find a nice, good old kinetic energy BB gun.
We found a 1953 20-pound recurve Fred Bear recurve for free on the curb. Does that count?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think if you were just going by putting together the stuff that we had found in the past with the basic prices that we remember they are, if they're not labeled still, I think between all of us, you, me, even Dan, because Dan's really good thrifting too, because he was with me on my thrift store challenge. Ian would definitely be in on this if it could, because he actually did find some hellacious finds when they did the flea market challenge earlier this year. Starting off like with a basic tent or some kind of shelter.
No, advert.
Okay, thank you. Okay, he's going to keep track of how many he gets, because I think he got like 26 that one time. I've got both my Big Agnes Copper Spur 2 for under $20, and my Light Fighter 1 tent for $10. So I think that's either one of those would be a good start for most survival challenges, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And all those freaking tarps, which I have a lot of them. I've got one sitting there, and I got a stack of them back over here. You probably see them right there. including the one I got set aside for Rob, which I was not able to. Oh, here's his right here. This is Rob's right here. But generally, those things right there, easy to find. Having cover, got that covered, literally. Now, the only thing I don't have a lot of finding at thrift shops and things like that is knives. Though we did find a Smith & Wesson boot knife once at a Goodwill outlet store for less than $5. It's not the best knife, but it's a freaking little boot knife from Smith & Wesson. Didn't have a sheath. It was sitting on the ground. But $5, a knife is a knife, right?
Yeah.
You do anywhere in New York City. Now, the only way you could probably beat it if you also been in LA as well, because LA is a nightmare. I drove through there once.
I grew up in LA County.
No, stepping on a Lego does not count. Now, stepping on a Lego, then getting shot by a airsoft pistol or something like that at the same time, maybe. But no. But I mean, I've got the tarps, I've got the tent. One thing I could never really find is anything to do with fire. Though I have found. Give me a second here. I got something right here. I got to pick it up here.
A Nerf arrow? Sure, why
No.
not?
This is a portable gas stove. I paid $12. So, and it was found at Goodwill.
Well, I survived drinking from a fire hose, riding in the back of a pickup truck.
I survived taking a shower under a rain spout during a rainstorm as a little kid. And that was my shower for the week. Let's see here. Oh, okay. This was actually a really good deal. This one's actually at Colan for $12.
Yeah, survive lawn darts. There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the steel long darts before they went plastic. Those were the ones you had to worry about.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a good survival deal, right? For $12. I was kind of lucky to find that one, to be honest. It's actually a better one than I had before because my other one just wore out. Are you going to be going with him, Rob? Are you part of the British Marines? Okay. See, shelter. I guess that would count as fire because you can get fire with that as long as you have the fuel, right? Do I have fuel in that? I can't remember if I put a canister in that or not. Yep. It's got fuel. Now, cordage is the only thing. I mean, flea markets don't count, right? Because it's not technically a thrift store. Have you ever found any paracord at a thing other than like maybe bracelets or something?
Nope.
My car keys are on have a braided piece right there, but it's not very much. Not as nice as Cliff makes, obviously. But yeah, I mean, cordage is cordage, I guess. But wait a second. No. Food procurement. This one here is a total Ian find. This is only one half of what was found. So please forgive me for the condition that it's in. This is the way Ian gave it to me. You recognize these, Jason?
No.
This is the float with
Okay,
you know
I see
sinkers
it.
and hooks and stuff.
Yeah, I see it. I couldn't see it before.
Sorry, my bad. You couldn't see it, but you just toss it out.
Yeah, it was
It
such a
floats.
tiny picture.
Huh?
It's such a tiny picture.
Well, give me a second. How's this? Better?
There you go. Yeah.
Looks like a tiny little barbell. But Ian got the better one of the two. He just picked one and he went with it. But it does have, for some reason, he's even got a little nut on there. Don't ask me why. But, and if I was going to use this one, I'd put a better string on there and everything else. Though I do have a better setup with my trot line that I got a while back, which I still have it right here. And it actually has the price still on it. So
No, for a minute there, I thought I was playing with his bobbers.
I'm not playing with my bobbers. But this one here still has the original price on it. This was a Goodwill find. This is actually a Jenny find. And it was found for $6. Still brand new in the package.
What's the MSRP for it?
Say that again.
What is the MSRP for it?
What was the original price?
Yeah. Okay. A long time ago.
It was bought from Walmart originally. So I got it for half price.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean, long time no see, brother. It wasn't a ball. It was technically a little barbell. Just saying. No, we're just talking about.
Old at heart. Don't ruin it.
Huh?
We're 14 years old at heart. Don't ruin it.
Oh, I'm not. I don't really freaking care. You know that. No, building a survival, being able to put together a kit that would do a overnighter survival challenge, sort of like what other channels have done. Like Joe Robinette did one. I think I know Corporate's Corner's done one. Things that yes, they are thrift shop channel. They're survival channels, but they're not. They don't do thrifting like I do. I don't think they're in the same category as me. I'm a little better, I think. They just got a bigger budget than I do, so I have to make do with what I can find. Now I have gotten backpacks. I've got, I could probably count everything to my mess kit, which included a MSR pot, pan, and kettle set for $7 from a thrift store. All the stuff that's really matters. I found it either at a thrift shop, Goodwill, various places, but all under $100, and I could do it comfortably. My winter sleeping bag, $9 at Goodwill. I mean, I think I do better than average at a thrift shop. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, better than me.
Well, I'm not. It's not something I plan on happening. It just sort of I just get lucky and find things. Like I've got the Pathfinder water bottle from Pathfinder for $3.
Also, know I've done really good at Harbor Freight.
You are a better Harbor Freight person than I am.
Hey, I save what, $200 on a generator.
Oh, you probably saved more than that. Just saying, because you have. Sorry, last bit of coffee there.
No, that was just timing.
I think a lot of it's for me is the same way. I mean, I just happen to be at the right place at the right time at the right price. Now, whether you're going to the Goodwill outlet store where you pay by the pound, or you go to a Goodwill, a Wells thrift shop, a Salvation Army, what have you, or in my case, Collectomania or Brass Armadillo, any places like that, or even the Picker Nose. which is, by the way, one of my favorite places just because I want to say the name. It's just one of those places that
I
just
don't
has
run, I
really-
drive.
Huh?
I don't run, I drive.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Jason is really good at finding Harbor Freight deals. Now, I actually suggested someone a Harbor Freight item today, and you may know of it. I'm not sure. It's the Harbor Freight sawmill. If you knew about that thing already or not,
The what?
the sawmill from
Oh, the
Harbor
sawmill?
Freight. They have a sawmill.
Yes, I know. That was questionable. I've heard good and bad things about it.
Well, for what it is,
But I've heard a lot more.
it's not big. It's not made for huge trees.
Yeah.
It's got a limit on what it can do.
It lacks power.
But the thing is, it's better than not having one at all.
Yeah.
And I suggested it to some people down in Western North Carolina because they had all those trees cut down and stacked up.
Yeah. Now,
Yes, I know they need to be kiln dried and all this other stuff, but it's still better than having to pay out of pocket for new lumber.
yeah, they said it does well with cutting the wet wood, but once the wood gets dry, it's lacking power. And they were saying because they've compared it with like with the Wood Miser or one of the other ones, they said just save up the extra $2,000 and get the better one.
Well, right now for the price point what it is,
Oh yes, this is true.
it's especially for the emergency situations they have down there to be able to get it in quicker, get those logs processed where they can be dried, then they could be used to help rebuild people's houses, and it would save them untold thousands of dollars in lumber costs because all those trees are already there, and there's so many freaking trees down. Some are over 3 feet and around.
Oh yeah,
Some,
like,
those are the big ones. You can't really do much with those if you can figure out a way to cut them down a little bit. But
yeah. Usually when you get the high winds, tornadoes, and they go through the trees, it usually tears apart the hardwood in the trees as well. So I wouldn't really.
Well,
I mean, you can cut it for lumber, but then you really have to watch it for splits and stuff like that as well.
well, the ones that they're most of the ones that they're cutting down are the ones that got ripped out of the ground,
Yeah,
not just snapped, but literally ripped out of the ground. Which a lot of them, that's what happened. So, they cut off the root ball basically, and they have the rest of the trunk for like 40 feet of log, which is just sitting in a pile out of the way because they needed to open up the roads, and now they're getting into the houses and the farms and homesteads and stuff. And I think it'd be a good idea for at least a few people. People have been donating thousands of dollars. I think saving some people some money with a couple time purchase with different people doing it.
yeah.
But there's so many crews out there doing the cutting the logs up because you can only buck so much wood for winter.
What's up,
Without
South Florida?
What was that?
South Florida.
Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Is that Doug?
That's Doug.
Okay. I was thinking-
SF, South Florida.
the automatic transmission calculator.
A lot of people on the Appalachian Trail, I mean, they've been taking volunteers to clear the Appalachian Trail. And they had some freaking huge logs that came across the trail there, like 3 feet across or bigger in some places. I've been following a couple people who are hiking the Appalachian Trail right now who took a week off from their northern hike or southern hike, I guess. They're going Sobo. So they took a week off just to cut trees out of the trail, and their chainsaws weren't big
How
enough.
you doing?
Hey, Tyler, how you doing, brother?
That link is at the top of the page.
If anybody wants to come up, the link's at the top. Be warned, if I can't see your face, you're not coming up. We had someone in on Tuesday that tried to pop up with swearing under the name title, and I would not let him up without being seen. But that was right
They have to
before.
earn their trust first. I won't let them up at first.
Right.
Be a couple of weeks before I'd even let them up.
No. I mean, literally, if I know the person,
Yeah.
my face, then yeah, but not because anybody who's been in my chat knows I have to see you before I let you up. Dan was on my channel last Tuesday, and if he wants to come up, the link is at the top of the chat. Please do.
Oh, by the way, how's the flooding doing? How's the flooding damage there in England there, Rob?
Yeah, I haven't seen any updated pictures or anything. He hasn't mentioned it.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the motorcycle run.
He said it's been surreal. Damage is almost unquantifiable. Thankfully, the railroad is pushing for the bridges to be back up. I can understand that.
Yeah, but is he talking about here or there?
I would say yes.
Because they were
To
happening
both.
both at the same time.
That answer could be for both here and there, technically. But I mean, in Western North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee, that was bad. I've only seen a portion, and that's not even telling me. I mean, it just made me feel bad that I cannot physically go down and help. I can't do monetary wise, but I can do physical because I was a medic, and I've dealt with flood stuff before when I was in the service, and it's just one of those things. My
We
heart
trained
breaks.
for it.
Huh?
So we trained for it.
We trained for it too,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually got sent down to my hometown once, and we had to do patrol on to keep people from looting.
Okay, Rob.
That's cool. But you're not going to be able to plant anything anytime soon with that water table that high. Unless you want to plant rice, which I'm not sure you can grow in England or not. Can you grow rice in England?
It's probably too cool.
I don't know. What about cranberries? Maybe cranberries. I'm not sure what you would do with that kind of water because that's out of my area of expertise. That's more your area, Jason, than mine.
Yeah.
And even more so, it would be Cliff's. Because you guys are the gardeners. I don't garden.
Yeah, no, we got flooded here our second winter. Here on our place.
I just hope that the places that do have land that has not been contaminated by toxic waste for the most part.
Oh, it has.
Because I've seen a picture of somebody who found a barrel of toxic waste from 1942 that got washed down the river. Yeah, it actually had the dates still on the barrel. So apparently it was buried somewhere up under the ground and it got washed out. So the water's toxic in North Carolina right now. That's what I hear, Doug. I mean, there are no words. That's all I can say. Though, one of the topics that you and I and Cliff did mention would be perfect for a lot of families up there is those expandable houses that we were talking about. And by the way, the Amish came down from Pennsylvania for about a month, and they built 42 tiny homes. Now, these places, I've seen them already. And they had them 42 done in less than a month. And we're not talking just slap together, waiting to be have electricians put it in. Everything was done. Plumbing, electrical, everything.
Yeah.
And these places I would move in like today. Nice. All you have to do is put your furniture in and it's ready to go. And it came with washer, dryer, and other appliances. So you can't tell me that's 42 families taken care of right there. Yep, that's what I said. 42. As everybody knows, that's the universal answer, right? So at least the Amish know what 42 means. I'm not going to get too much into that because it grates my nerves. I apologize for ranting about it. But back to what we were talking about. Jason, go. See if you can keep me from ranting here.
Oh, I was just going over some stuff.
Now, what kind of stuff have you found? I mean, I know you don't have a lot where you're living now.
Yeah.
But when you were living in Phoenix, I know Phoenix has got stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, I've lived in Phoenix for a little bit, so I understand what Phoenix has. In Mesa, same difference. Basically.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, all those municipalities all border each other now.
And you can't, if you can't find anything at the thrift shops there, you're not looking. That's your basic answer there.
No, because usually it gets to the floor and it's gone.
You got to get there early, but you find there's a lot of backpacking out there. There's a lot of outdoor activities out there. If you can't find it there, you're not looking.
I mean, you would have to visit several stores every morning.
Yep.
To be.
And the thing is, when you talk about several stores, what's the population of Phoenix, Jason, on average?
Oh, couple, I don't know.
You can't say that, Dan, because you did tell me you found a new surplus store. So I don't even have one of those close by. Oh, that's actually kicking in. That's starting to warm up.
1.6 million.
Yeah. Okay. Even if you have a tenth of those, 10% of whatever thrift shops are out there, people are going to donate stuff for charity. Going to
Johnny, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming. Johnny Mac, how you doing, brother? Wow, we get a lot of people in here. Hey, Cecilia. Wow, we got a lot of stuff in here. A lot of people, cool people in here. If anybody wants to come up, please feel free. They're up the links at the top of the chat. We're discussing putting together a simple survival kit from thrift shops for say about $100, give or take. I just buy the stuff I got right here and a little bit stuff up here. I can put together a complete survival kit for under $100. I mean, I've got a stove, I've got a tent, I've got sleeping bags, everything. And it didn't cost me.
I already said that.
Say what?
1.6 million for Phoenix.
Yep. And you didn't, it's pretty much off the top of your head, I think, didn't you? Or you have to look it up?
I looked it up. I know Tempe without ASU is like 500,000.
That fluctuates though with because that's a college.
It does.
And because, depending on what time of year it is. Once, they shut down for the summer, then, the population drops. I know a lot of college towns are the same way.
Yeah, a lot of the college students that go there will actually stay there for the whole time they're in school.
Really?
Yeah.
They're different than here. They actually go home. They go do other places.
Yeah, I mean, they got them too as well. But like I said, a lot of them will stay there for their 2 years, 4 years, 6 years.
Now,
Because
okay,
housing is hard to get there.
since I don't get Johnny Mac on my channel very often, and I know that he's got a lot more people than I do. Have you ever found anything really cool survival wise at a thrift shop? And if you did, what'd you find and how much did it cost you? Because I've found some really amazing deals. I've talked about them. I showed them off here. If you haven't been in my channel very long, you probably haven't, I have got a ton of really nice thrifted items, from my $9 snowshoes, which are like $150 new, literally the tag's still on it. So, or my $9 winter sleeping bag. So, yeah. So you never know what you're going to find, and without it, just I guess like you said, it was a matter of timing, being at the right place at the right time for the right price. And when I found all these tarps, like these, they just happened to come in all at the same time, and I just happened to be there, and I had the money for it. And it just, only thing I haven't really found on is a lot of cooking supplies, other than the stove I showed you.
Excuse me, 200,000 for Tempe.
Okay. Well, Johnny, I'm not to tell you. I mean, I've got military gear. My puffer jacket right here, $3 in my size. This is down-filled. This is not, and this has its own carrying case, and it really packs really small. I've got a case for it somewhere, but I took it out the other day because I was wearing it, and that thing is freaking warm. I've never had a down anything. All that stuff has always been synthetic. I've got, Ian's got a whole freaking military set of everything in his room, but his was given to him, so I don't count that. But even though it was given to him from a guy at the thrift shop, does that count? Does that count, Jason?
What?
You know all that military gear Ian got? He was given to him by somebody in the military for him specifically. That he met me at the thrift shop and decided Ian should have it. So I'm not sure if that counts. But I found mess kits galore. Everybody who's ever anything seen Boy Scout stuff at thrift shops
All the time.
Yeah, and you find canteens. You find
Hurricane lamps.
hurricane lamps. I got plenty of those. The old school flashlights. The battery powered squeeze flashlights or whatever. Emergency radios, things like that. Hey, Cliff. Link. Okay.
All right.
No problem. Now, Johnny, I'm not sure what you have in your area for thrift stores, whether it be an off-brand that's not either give me a second, Goodwill, Salvation Army, or any of the church-related stuff that some people play, like Wells thrift shops, the Mini Hams thrift shops, and things like that. I mean, I don't know if this counts as a good survival item, but this is the one that initially found me this set right here for $4. This would make a good survival setup, right?
Yep.
There's the, this turned out to be my Griswold lid. Oh, sorry, upside down. I couldn't read this initially, but I had the outline of the Griswold plus sign was on there. But this is just a generic skillet. It's not even Griswold or anything like that. But for a survival kit, that would do a lot of work right there. Now, I have found, I guess this would count because this actually comes with its own cordage, I guess. Every one of these tarps has their own cordage. I know it's listed on the websites. I think you and me and Biff discussed it before, Jason. but it's this kind of cordage here. It's nylon, but I'm not sure what type it is. But they sell with these kind of ridgeline tarps because this is a ridgeline tarp by War Bonnet. Now it's not this heavy as some of them. Let's say, man, my brain is still kind of fuzzy. What is it? Hardware store tarps or Walmart tarps. You know, so
The Harbor Freight tarps, yeah. Those are good buys.
or Harbor Freight tarps in your case, because you do like your Harbor Freight. Now, I know for a fact Harbor Freight has got some really halfway decent magnesium block fire starters.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the same brand that I get with my Coglins, which I prefer, but they do have them. Now, I've seen people do Harbor Freight challenges, and people get really imaginative. Usually, they get really good with their imagination on setups for those kind of tarps that you were talking about. I've seen one person actually use a boat tarp from Harbor Freight, and those things are freaking huge.
Yeah, they are.
But you can also get so many other things. You can actually get chainsaws and things like that. But then you're starting to stack up the money.
Well, they've also had mess kits and stuff like that for camping and fishing in the past.
Exactly.
And root beer making kits.
Oh yeah, root beer making kit. Yeah, we forgot about that one.
Okay, now, that would be a challenge. Not to buy something, mind you. To figure, if you do a video style challenge where you can go to a Harbor Freight or whatever it is, the closest you have near you, Jason, and take a picture of items that would be in the Harbor Freight that would make a really good kit, survival kit. That way it's not costing you anything except a picture of the item saying this is what I could put together in this particular store. But thrift shop, mind you, I end up having to go multiple stores because you're never going to find everything in one store. So that's my only issue with my thrift shops, because you never know what you're going to find because it's kind of completely random. But trying to figure out what people are saying here. Okay, there's a few St. Vincent's in Des Moines too. Let me know what you find out there, Johnny. I'd like to see, because when I worked at the D.A.V. Thrift store, which is the Disabled American Veteran store in Des Moines, a lot of my biggest finds came from there, because I was lucky enough to be working there. I could get to see the stuff that was coming in, but I will say the tarps and the tents and stuff, I did not find until after they were on the shelves. But I was notified by the people stocking the shelves. So a lot of my friends were stocking it, so that I got a little heads up on those. But I did end up buying it like everybody else. I just knew what I was seeing is the biggest thing.
Yeah, wait till you guys see my next video coming out soon.
Are you still doing your economics challenge thing?
No,
Okay.
That was done 2 days ago, Tuesday.
Okay, I wasn't sure because when I got them, they didn't come in order of the numbers you gave. Like I got number 10 before I got number 9.
Yeah, I did them all in the afternoon.
I just, like I said, I didn't get them in order. They just kind of popped up and I watched them as they went.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
But yeah,
is ready.
So personally, I'm kind of curious with Doug going through the hurricanes in Florida, if they have a lot of thrift shops there, because I'm not sure exactly what they would have down there. Without talking to Hike with Mike, one of the few other Floridians that I know, I haven't caught up with Hike with Mike in forever.
Johnny.
So if anybody's heard from Hike with Mike, let me know. Let me know how he's going, because I mean, I'm not sure what part of he is in. I know where Doug is from, because I've mailed him some stuff, so I know where he's from.
Everett number 4 for Rob. Oh yeah, Johnny. Hey, Jax, you guys are gonna die laughing when you guys see my next video.
We are now at 40 degrees Fahrenheit here, folks, and the temperature is dropping.
Let's see, was what?
So if anybody, okay, instead of doing this, tell me your best thrift store find. I'm curious. I can't name one thing because I've got a lot of good ones. But what about you, Jason, and or Molly, because she's there too?
She went into the kitchen. Uh-huh.
No, but
Yeah,
what?
like I said, my best find is that bow.
Okay, yours was a $400 compound bow, correct?
Yeah,
What was the brand?
Hoyt.
A Hoyt compound bow. That's a good one, with case and arrows.
Case and arrows, yes, and quiver.
And quiver. A bow quiver or otherwise?
It was on the bow.
Bow quiver. Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
count that as one big unit because it's all the same.
Yeah.
I've never had used one of those, so I can't say I know how to shoot with a bow quiver on my bow. So I'm a back quiver kind of guy.
I'll be back shortly. I'm going to go get my supper.
Now, Johnny, what's the best item you've ever found? And everybody else in the chat, if you have, doesn't matter where you are, where whether it be a hurricane lamp or a cast iron skillet. I'm just curious because I mean I've got both cast iron skillets, which one of my better finds is my my Griswold lid, which is one of the higher priced items because this one's probably about $750 just for the lid. If I had the matching skillet for it, it would be worth a lot more. But my Big Agnes tent is about $700. My Light Fighter tent is about $500. Johnny, question. I'm left-handed. You still have that bow? Just saying. I'm a lefty. I'm left-handed. I'm curious that someone would throw a freaking bow away like that, especially a left-handed one. Well, there you go, Dan. That's not your best find. You found some better, good stuff too. If you're interested in parting with it, let me know. I might be interested if I can just talk my wife into let me do it. I'm not okay. That's my only issue. I'm not into compounds, but I do know some people who are left-handed and do shoot compound. Now, I'm not sure how many lefties are in the chat besides me, but okay. Like I said, I don't shoot compound. I'm a traditional kind of guy, but yeah. My wife's the same way, Rob. She's left-handed, but she's got right eye dominant, so she shoots right-handed. What was you laughing at, Jason?
Rob's comment.
Okay.
The available options.
Oh, options-wise, I can find bows all day long. Nothing wrong with that. Curb finds are one of the best ones you can do, I believe. Ian found the one that I gave to Jarrett in the trash with the case. I gave the case and some arrows and the bow to Jarrett, and he's got it now. Please forgive me. I have to go use the restroom.
Oh, go ahead.
Jason, you have the con, as the saying goes.
Yeah, I'll talk with my mouth full. Because I can. I'm over 18. Yeah. Sorry about that, Rob. That's why you need to move here. Yeah, I said a lot of the air guns now come in left-handed too. They give the option to swap sides. That's probably one of the reasons why I like the air guns more than powder burners. All right, Johnny, will be back in a few. Yeah, I'm gonna try and edit that video tomorrow and try and get it out on Saturday. I finished up the video at dark tonight. It'll probably take me about an hour to edit it. I need to do a little bit more research, and I'll probably put that in the description. You guys will laugh. And there'll be a short out with it too, to direct people to go watch that. And I'm going to try and do that. We'll see if that works. Oh, Johnny, I showed a couple of people that that short that you made us last winter with the snow and the doggy doo-doo. We were all laughing. Yeah, I know. I'm right-handed. Problem is, I got bad right eye, so I have to shoot left-handed now. Hey, I can still take off the tip of a toothpick at 25 yards. Oh, Johnny Ajax, what did you guys think of my challenge for everybody? Hank says he's going to try for it. Yeah. I'm surprised a lot of people didn't do that Umarex challenge. Oh, I believe it. That'd be awesome to see. I think I must be some hottie, you know, carrying those bricks around like that. Are those hoodlums from Manchester? Hey guys, I'm trying to eat my dinner as quickly as I can. Oh, I need to go get coffee. Darn it. This is true. Advert number 5. Was that advert about Johnny? Johnny 5? That was the first thing that came to my head. Don't know why. I don't know where he's at. He's gone a long time. I hope he washed his hands.
Yes, I did. With
Okay.
soap and everything.
Okay.
No, just not feeling well. I'm still recovering from whatever I have. So
Yeah, it all depends.
no, I want to find out more about that bow that Johnny Max got and some other stuff. I found some stuff on the curb that's just amazing. You know, those giant frying pans I showed you,
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah.
Those things aren't cheap either.
Was I got a picture of it?
Huh?
I took a picture of it. We were up in Iowa.
Yeah. That it's like that big. I don't have it here right now. I think it's downstairs or somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where it's located at right now. I got 2 of them. Let me see if I can find something with a similar. It's like a foot and a half across or something like more than that actually. It's yeah. Give me a second. I think I found it or one like it anyway. It's like over 20 inches in diameter. I think this might be the same company, but it's called the Big Daddy Heavy Duty Skillet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have. I don't know if anybody's got a better picture than that, but it's over 20 inches in diameter.
Oh, I have to search for it. I know it's on one of my thumbnails. Be right back. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Here's a picture. Let's see. Yeah, here's a picture of a lady with one just like the one I got. Let's see if I can come up with a better picture. Now, give me a second here. I'm going to share this one because this one's a little bit better picture. Yeah, this is about the size of my skillet right there. I got 2 of these. Found one on the curb.
No, he's like, I'm wife, so I don't want to deal with.
Here, if it's on the curb, that means it's either one of 3 things are going to happen. Somebody's going to thrift it and take it home. Someone's going to grab it and throw it into a bunch of other metal items and cash it in at the junkyard for scrap, or it's going to go straight to the junkyard. So that, oh, don't tell me, Jason. Really?
Starving.
Yeah, he's starting.
Jason, eat something. I can see your ribs from here.
Yeah.
He needs to have your hat on. But yeah, you need to have a hat on him.
All right, guys, get ready for a screenshot.
Son.
You want that or the foil hat?
It's a skeleton. He put a skeleton in his chair. I said he needs that. Oh, there you go. He's got his hat on now. But yeah, I mean, let's see here. We found a 1953 Fredbear recurve. We found both in and the. I'm going to combine us when I say we. Jenny's found some really good finds. In the past, we found 9 totes of yarn, 6 giant totes, large totes of yarn, brand new, on the curb, just down the block. No, actually, up the block from us now, right? Yeah, up the block, because it was down that way. That's when we lived in the other house. We found fishing poles. We found tents. I've got my freaking archery target, my 3D target in the backyard, found on the curb. Things you could use to both survive, thrive, you name it. Found it. Can't tell you how many pots for plants and gardening gear and things like that. You never know what you're going to find on the curb because people just throw them out. There's one place in Des Moines, Windsor Heights, I think it is, that Jenny and I found so many things that we didn't have room in our car because we were just in a car at the time. We couldn't carry everything. Her chair is a curb find. See what else was a curb find that we had. Was this stand a curb find, hon?
No, we got that.
Okay, and that one too. That one? Yeah, that was a curb find. She's got a yarn cabinet over here that it's a curb find. I would say technically a curb find for my wine rack because it was found in a dumpster. More of a dumpster dive, but I think it was brand new in the box. And our TV stand is. No, we found it on the curb though.
I don't.
Yeah, we got we have a lot of our house outfitted in curb finds. So my stand right here where I have my light on is a $5 Goodwill find. And this thing's got wrought iron hardware and everything. It's like beautiful.
Everybody got the screenshot?
No, I need to make it bigger. Hold on. The only thing that would make it perfect would be he needs a beard. But other than that, and glasses. This is Jason 2.0. Yes, he has lost a lot of weight. It's that Atkins diet. It's got to be. So where'd you get your friend there, Jason?
Daughter got it from work.
And where's she work?
Where I work.
Well, then you should have said it came from work.
Yeah. Just happened to see that.
Hey, Random, how you doing? Thank you for coming. This was a store find.
Yeah.
Are you working at? Okay, please forgive me. Where you're working at now, Jason?
Box store.
A big box store is where he works. Him and his daughter work in the same store, but it's a big box store. Not Walmart, but one of the bigger hardware stores. You missed it, Jason 2.0.
What?
Jason 2.0. He put a skeleton in his chair while he went to go do something. Put a hat on him and everything.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's on the Atkins diet. He was all skin and bones.
No, I had a request.
42.
No.
Oh.
I want replacement staff on flyers.
What's the price on them?
45.
You're gonna have to earn it. And
For
how do
Christmas.
you? I want you to earn the money. You can buy them yourself. Yeah.
Because I want to replace my other ones that I lost in the other car.
Now, Random, we were talking about curb finds and things that we use for thrifting thrift shop finds that you could use for survival. I mean, I've got a ton of backpacking gear that I would definitely count as usable items for both survival and backpacking, which includes a Kelty backpack, a Big Agnes Copper Spur 2 tent. I'm trying to do my live double. There's things that you find at thrift shops that you could use for things. Because I was on a kick for watching thrift shop channel just lately, from the $25 latest one from Corporal's Corner to Joe Robinette doing one for $100 in other places like that. Curb finds are my thing. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, Johnny Mac just mentioned the compound bow he found. He didn't mention what brand it was. I would be curious about that, but it is left-handed, so I'm still curious about that one, because if I can, I might ask you more about that later, because I think I might be able to use it for a bow fishing bow. But that's about because I'm trying to find a good, decent bow for bow fishing. I've got several bows, but I just want to make sure on that one. Now, Jason's got a bow that could be used for both. And his is the Hoyt, which he picked up amazingly cheap at a thrift store.
I think it's too powerful for bow fishing.
Make Jason small? Why? He's larger than life. That's why you're larger than life. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
It's just finding a fishing arrow long enough for it.
Most of the I'll use this one as an example. I've got several here. Here's one right here. This one right here.
Yeah. How long is that one?
Give me a second. Let me get my tape measure. I got to unbury it.
I'm just barely minimum 32 inches.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to unbury it. My tape measure.
Ask Colan. Ed is a big compound bow. It is big.
Well, I'm sure it's big. The fact is, the draw is all you though. You
Yeah,
do
I know.
that, right?
Oh yeah.
And if I do remember correctly, you can probably change the draw on those. Dang it, where is it?
I think the relief is like at what, 30 inches for the relief on there.
Dang it, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'll go from the knock all the way to the end of the start of the tip, which is right here. That puts it directly on 32.
Ooh, that's
It comes right to the end right there. That's 32 inches.
no, that's just barely getting it.
That's the thing is, you're not trying to shoot. You're trying to shoot through the fish in the begin with, right?
Oh yeah.
So there you go. Dynamite fishing in England is legal? Oh, okay. Well, good thing you're thinking about moving here there, Rob. But
Well, we
I've
can't,
got two of these, so-
use dynamite, but we can use oh jeez, I just had it in my head.
tannerite.
Yes. Go figure.
But you can't use M80s.
No, but you can use the tannerite.
Yeah. Tannerite, which you can put in any acceptable metal can and blow that up in the water. But everything else is illegal. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if someone tried that, Cliff.
Now, I have seen somebody use a rock for fishing, and it works.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that one to me.
Okay, like a depth charge in water, same thing.
Like a cherry bomb.
Oh yeah, I mean that big giant loud to thump. Is the water collapsing upon itself again?
It's the concussion that does it.
It stuns the fish. Yeah, not very long, but it does do it.
What's that? Okay, I'm not sure if they have that plant here. I think it's in the Amazon. They have the plant that you can put in the water. You mash it up, and the juices go in the water, and it stuns fish.
It's also known as Dieffenbachia, I think.
But I remember seeing something about that. It's like a milky color when it's in the water.
Yeah, it's like Karari or something like that they got to process.
But it doesn't hurt humans, just fish. Oh, you can perfectly eat the fish. They're perfectly fine to eat. It's just it stuns the fish, and they come to the surface, and you just pick them up.
No, that's not either one of those. What I said, I just can't remember what it is. But that is illegal here in the U.S. And I believe it does grow here in the parts of the U.S.
I'm not sure if that's illegal or not illegal because it is a natural occurring substance. And I know some of the Indian tribes
use it for fishing.
Right. Now, I do know some people can make their own gill nets.
Yeah, you got to build reservations for that.
Right. But personally, I'm surprised no one's mentioned it in their survival kits and stuff like that, putting in a gill net. Now, would you use it on a regular, everyday basis? No. But in a survival situation, it's like that trout line I've got. I would not use that normally, but in a survival situation, definitely would be using that in order to catch as many fish as I possibly can in order to survive. Would I have to dry a lot of the fish? You better believe it, because there's no way I'm going to be able to, cook enough to maintain it, to keep it up enough for any kind of long trips. Not the big heavy duty. I mean, I've seen the ones used made like they're light nylon, like fishing string type gill nets.
Yeah, you can also use a cast net too.
Cast net would work too. I've used a cast net before, and it is not easy.
Yeah, like I said, you can catch minnows and baits but you can't game fish with it.
I do know. Let's see.
Everett number 6.
My friend Mike, who's also from Iowa, he came to one of my previous get-togethers, and he brought his cast net. Ian and I had a blast playing with that thing because he's trying to get it to splay out just in the right spot. You don't catch a lot if you don't know what you're doing, but it's a
like
lot of fun to
flinging
try.
a pizza.
Huh?
It's almost like flinging a pizza.
Something like that, yeah. Because you got to get to spin like a frisbee. Oh, Rob's up to number 6. Man, everything's illegal there, except for magnet fishing. Go figure on that. Let's see here.
I mean,
No, the thing is, I mean,
you have a butter knife there.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be illegal. I said, Rob, just move here.
That's what we've been trying to convince him to move here. He's got family, so we know where he can move to.
Well, he can move anywhere he wants.
True, but having family means he has a couch at
He
least.
says magnet fishing is illegal.
Huh? Then why do I see all those videos of people magnet fishing? Do they need like a permit or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you need permission fishing off land.
Permit.
No, they're in the canals.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, trout tickling is legal. Okay.
What exactly is trout tickling?
You catch it by hand.
Oh, okay. I've never heard it called tickling before.
Oh, jeez.
We call it noodling
what
here.
do I do with you?
We call it noodling.
That's not what he was referring to, Colin.
Oh, okay.
The trouser trout.
Ah, that thing. Okay.
Jeez.
No, I mean, like I said, if Johnny is still in here, I'd like to find out more about that bow. Please send me some information. I'm really curious. Also, survival items you can find on the cheap. Basically, that's what the basic overall thing is. I mean, you don't necessarily have to buy brand new, but you can find really decent used. If not brand new in the box type stuff. Like Jason's bow, his Hoyt. I'm not sure how much he paid for it actually, but it wasn't
$62.73.
What was it again?
$62.73.
Under $70. That's, I mean, that's at a secondhand store. And I found out though, when I was working at the D.A.V thrift shop, they can even sell muzzle loaders. You know why they can sell muzzle loaders?
Because it's not a firearm.
It's not a firearm. They also call it hand fishing.
Yeah.
But you can still noodle for a trout. But the trout, you probably got bigger trout than we do where I'm go. Though I have seen some big ones. I've caught a rainbow once that big. That was the largest trout I've ever caught, ever and since. The rest of them have been a lot smaller.
Yeah, I think mine's about 7 pounds.
Ian and I both caught ones similar to the same size when we were down in Arkansas. We were down there for diamond hunting. We went trout fishing for the weekend, and it was a lot of fun catching fish that big. Because you had to have special hooks that didn't have barbs on it on the back or anything like that. So yeah. Hook and worm, no barbs on the hook. Caught a really nice trout. But I have found plenty of fishing gear in the trash that people just throw away. Right now, we have a ton of fishing poles on our back porch that Ian still hasn't gone through, that we picked up along with bicycles and other things that you could use for a bug out emergency situation. Because
that'd be a nice one.
That's a huge one, actually.
That probably be salmon or steelhead.
Definitely not a rainbow. I don't think they have rainbows there, do they?
Rainbow's just a steelhead.
Oh, I didn't know that was the same thing.
Yeah, it's rainbow if it's in a brook or lake on land. If it's attached to a river to the ocean, they generally call it a steelhead.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were. Is there something called a knucklehead or something like that?
Yeah, it does about 65 down the freeway, pretty easy.
Aha, not a motorcycle. No, it's a trout. It's a type of trout, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a fisherman, so I can't really tell you. I'm the furthest. I don't ever call myself a fisherman. Now, do I, Jason?
No,
Can I catch fish? Yes. Am I considered a fisherman? No. I feel that fishermen can catch what they go after. If they're going saying, I'm going to go after this kind of fish, and they get that fish, that makes them a fisherman. Me, I have no clue what I'm going to go for.
it's a brown trout. That's big.
That's a nice sized brown trout. They have brown trout up at Yellow River, but not in the Little Paint Creek. That's in the actual Yellow River itself.
They have brown trout all over the U.S.
No, when I say brown trout, big ones like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, where we go, where Dan and dang it, my brain is like really off kilter right now.
That's exactly what I'm not.
Tyler
Yeah.
went to Yellow River. We get to small brook trout, but Yellow River itself up there actually has some big brown trout.
Excuse me.
Okay, fat man. Oh, I don't know who you are, but welcome.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure what the largest fish in the United States is. I'm sure Jason might know, but I don't.
It's not a catfish.
Or it wouldn't take too long to figure out, by looking it up.
Oh, sturgeon. Yeah, sturgeon get huge. I don't
Let's see here.
They don't live here.
Yeah, it was a 1,285-pound sturgeon in 1912.
East Coast or West Coast?
That was in the Columbia River.
Okay. Oregon, Washington.
Something like that. I'd have to look it up to find out.
Yeah. Which side of the bank was he on?
I don't know.
Or was he in the river?
I don't know. Oh no. Technically, no. Not the world record though. It's actually in Hawaii, which counts. It's a Pacific blue marlin, 1,376 pounds in 1982. Outweighed the official record by 429 pounds. So
Now, I have caught a sturgeon, but it was small.
I've never caught a sturgeon. I've caught walleye. I've caught trout, bass.
They're ugly and cool at the same time. It was only like 2-3 pounds. Wasn't very big.
Personally, I kind of think if Weird Al should have made a song instead of said like a surgeon, you could have said like a sturgeon. But that's another song for another day. But oh man, Cliff, what's the best thrift store find you've ever found? I know you don't have a lot near you, but I know for a fact that where you live in Albuquerque, it's got a lot of thrift shops, just not in your local area, without having to drive like 4 hours to get there and back again. Because, I mean, I don't live in a big city, but I live close by to enough cities to have an option to go to, which is probably why I find so many that I do. Now, some of the items I find, I can't tell you how they end up where they're at. like the Pathfinder metal water bottle. No clue how it ended up in a Goodwill for $3, especially when it was like practically brand new. Okay, now I'm gonna force me to look for thrift stores in Albuquerque.
I'm going to check something here real quick. Hold on.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's like 40 pages of thrift stores in Albuquerque. That's just thrift stores. That's not counting any other consignment shops or anything like that. No, you're not. But I just know there's more than what I mean, was only in Albuquerque for a little bit when I was passing through. So due to the size of the city, I'm just saying by population, there has to be a ton of thrift shops by how big your city is. Oh, I didn't. What I did mention earlier, I'm not sure if you heard me, is that it may take you like 2 or 3 hours to get to a thrift shop because of the size of your city, because they're so freaking spread out. It's like a shotgun pattern to they're there, but they're so spread out that they're hard to get to. It's like Rob trying to go to a thrift shop in London. There's at least a million plus in London, and you're never going to be able to get to all of them. Des Moines, which is a much smaller population, still quite a few people, but a much smaller population than Phoenix or Albuquerque or so, or even Denver, much smaller in population. But you're going to be able to find. I'm able to get to most of the thrift shops by driving at least a half an hour between shops, depending on which side of town they're on, because it does take me, like, say, from Jenny's workplace to the Collectomania. It takes me about 20 minutes to get there, or another 20 minutes going in a different direction to go from there to the Pick or Nose thrift shop. But one of the Salvation Army stores and another Goodwill and stuff like that, there's like 3 or 4 in the same area, about probably a half a mile from where Jenny works. So that's not too far. It just depends on, geographic location. Oh, I bet you do have a lot of pawn shops.
I think we have 2.
You mentioned you had a few. I did some searching, but you said some of them are good, some of them are bad. It just depends. You never know what you're going to find. It's a crapshoot, basically. But it also depends on your what's in your area, per se, because outdoor activity wise, and the amount of people with kids, people without kids. I don't know in Southeast Texas what there is to do, to be honest, Jason. So I can't tell
Fish
you.
and hunt.
So the firearms would most likely be in pawn shops rather than thrift shops, obviously, with the occasional muzzle loader. Bows, same thing. You got lucky with yours because they do have that there. So hog hunting is probably a major thing down there, just to keep it down as population control.
It's more for sport.
That too.
And putting food on the table at the same time.
Yep. And yeah, so yours are more big game type stuff. And I know you have your game wrenches and things like that
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
They're expensive.
They're there.
But
But they're more.
they got game ranches for the hogs.
Yeah, I do know a lot of the game ranches you have are for mainly out of state people to come fly in and do their thing and say, "Oh, I got this." Well,
Well,
there.
it's also for the rare stuff too,
like emus and stuff,
and zebra and other kinds of stuff from from Africa.
right?
Most of that's actually in Central and West Texas.
Right. But what was the best thing you've ever found at a secondhand thrift store or pawn shop? Then, if you want to go that far, because pawn shops sometimes have some stuff that are really inexpensive because they got to price them to sell. If they want to put money down on purchasing it for somebody, they got to price it to be able to get it out the door to make their money back. But they're not going to buy just crap. So that's one thing I do know: pawn shops don't buy crap because they won't make any money on it if they do. But I found some decent stuff at pawn shops, and there's some things I would love to go back to. But one of my favorite pawn shops closed down recently, and it was the ABC thrift shop in Des Moines because I had used them several times in the past. But you never know what you're going to find, at those kind of places that you could use for both survival, prepping, because a lot of canning supplies can be found at thrift shops and pawn shops and secondhand shops. I can't tell you how many times I've seen canning jars. There's a guy that I know regularly goes through the D.A.V thrift shop, and he buys cases of canning jars. And if you get a canning jar before he does, you're lucky, because this guy goes through and buys the whole store out. He knows the manager. He ends up getting the line on a lot of the good stuff beforehand. But I also know that there's guys who go through the thrift shop who do the resale stuff, like the T-shirts and things like that. And I was lucky to find a few good T-shirts that I had found. I think this is one of them. This one right here. I think this is one of them. Found this one at a Goodwill. Yeah, so you don't know what you're going to find. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. This is a Goodwill find. So, yeah, you never know. Sorry.
I got a tripod a couple of months ago.
A Tide Pod? Really?
Tripod.
What's that?
You put your camera on it.
Oh, tripod. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
All my tripods are from thrift stores. All of them.
Got a real nice one, but it didn't have a shoe.
Every one of my wall kerosene lamps, every one of them are from thrift shops. And because people don't know what they are until they put them on shelves and stuff. Though I want to replace all the chimneys with the frosted ones, so I can, they'll diffuse the light better and basically illuminate the area better. I can understand that, because a lot of the stuff you were into, Cliff, is not necessarily going to be found at a pawn shop. Now, I found stuff that would have been perfect for you, but I didn't have the money for it, and that was those raised garden beds, brand new in the box. I sent you pictures and all that stuff. So,
Oh, Cliff, did you get my picture today?
does anybody know if Johnny Mac's still in here, or did he leave when I was in the bathroom? Johnny Mac, please put a 1 in the chat if you're still here.
He's probably filming right now. He said he was.
Like I said, I'm curious about what he found. I mean, my Coleman stove, which I found for $12 from Goodwill. With a case, no less.
Did you? I didn't see it.
I saw that picture you posted, but I'm not sure what it was. Those peppers?
No, the price tags on those solar panels.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Put them on the floor today. They took them out top so I could put them on the floor.
Could you send me that picture?
The price tag?
Well, the solar panels, I'd like to see what they are.
No, I didn't. We already talked about it a long time ago.
Oh,
I didn't take pictures of the solar panels.
oh, okay. I'm not talking about drinking. Thanks, Cecilia, for letting me know you're still here.
Yeah, if I took a drink right now, I'm off to La La Land. I'll be crashing.
If I took a drink tonight, it'd be the first time in over 20 years. And I'd rather not. I mean, I've got a Pepsi, but I'm not drinking it right now because my stomach is. I'm still recovering. See what other things I've got. Oh, Ian. Okay. Oh, you know those folding oil lamps that Ian found?
Oh, hey,
Well, that's cool.
I
What?
spotted a mountain lion in Plano, Texas,
Okay.
in the alley, in the city.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one, Cliff. You said a few minutes you'd be coming up. It's been over half an hour. If you want to come on up, there's space up here. I don't know if Dan's still here or Rob. You haven't said anything in a little while. And Doug, I'm not sure if Doug's still in here or not. Sean was here for a little bit. Molly, I know you're there somewhere.
I am.
Yeah,
Oh, man. Sean drove 600 miles. He might be tired. So he might be passing out by now. 600 miles is a lot of driving for anybody. He should be getting close to his million, I think. I didn't see you pop up. I was in the bathroom. I literally did not see you pop up. Try again. I had to go to the bathroom earlier. That's why my picture was shut off.
he's doing his work thing. Rob is.
Okay. I did not see you pop up. Literally, I did not. I didn't hear anything, nothing. Because Jenny would have let me know. Try again, please. I mean, literally, I think Jason would have heard it. I have a notification per pop-up thing.
Nope, I don't hear the notifications on this side for you.
Weird. But normally when he pops up, I could see it. I didn't see you there, honestly. Because I see you down there, I click on it. But I do know I was in the bathroom for quite a while. Because I had my mute on and my cam stopped. But I can't tell you when that was. It was a bit back. But other than that, you got any topics you want to talk about, Jason? Anything new?
Not offhand, no.
Let's see here. You talked about solar panels before. that's a done topic unless anybody else wants to talk about it. 'Cause I am not mechanically or electronically minded to ever put one of those things together. Let me see here. Yeah, I see that, but I didn't see it pop up. I apologize. I honestly didn't. I didn't hear. Usually, I hear a notification, but my ears are ringing off the hook right now, so I don't know. I would say I wish you guys could hear what I hear, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But if I didn't see you, I apologize. That is on me, no one else. Is he asleep?
You see it?
He's leaning. Ian, not Ian, but Mac is in our guard box, leaning up against all our guard, and he fell asleep. He's going right back in there. He's falling asleep. So Mac's going out of it right now. Thank you, Clifford. I do apologize. It's on me for being stupid and blind. But normally I hear a notification if someone pops up. That I heard.
Didn't hear me the first time. I sat there for like 5-6 minutes just chilling in the basement.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
The
I
whole
might be-
time Jason had his skeleton up there on the chair. I sat in the basement.
Oh,
Really?
Yep. So you were not in the bathroom.
Just sworn. Maybe I was paying more attention to the skeleton than you. I have no idea. But you're here now. That's all that matters. You can cuss me out if you want to. But Mac is literally sleeping right now.
I'd throw a shoe, but then I'd be out a decent shoe.
No, you got some good gear that you found, but not necessarily from a thrift store or anything like that. But yours.
The last time I stepped foot in a thrift store was almost 3 years ago.
I wanted to take you while you were here, but I ended up having to travel more other places, unfortunately. But that couldn't be helped. But
So- Did you like the second picture I sent you, Cliff?
I heard the buzzing, but I didn't know what it was. So give me a second.
You'll laugh at this one.
That one from Johnny Mac.
No.
Johnny Mac found a couple bows in the trash, so I'm actually kind of jealous. Now, Cliff, do you shoot left or right-handed? I forgot.
Left.
Left.
Well,
Right.
I've seen him. Some people who do both. I do both, but I'm dominant left.
I can shoot right. It's just my aim is not exactly as accurate as left-handed.
Well, I was going to say that Johnny Mac just found a left-handed compound bow in the trash in a
Nice.
case, along with a right-handed bow.
Ooh, I saw a whole bunch of them little turds today
Yeah.
flying around. I was smacking them everywhere. I hit about 3 or 4 of them things.
What is it?
Little wasps.
Oh,
Little?
Yeah.
That's not
I
little.
mean, considering the dial of the size of the that's on your camera, yeah, I'd say probably about 1.5 inches, give or take.
Yeah.
Nature's flying a-hole.
Yeah.
If that was combined with a spider, yeah, nope, I'm moving out. I'd move to Australia
Yeah.
because at that point they would have less deadly creatures.
it would cost a lot of money to get a bow to you, Rob. And I'm not sure if you remember. You can't even hunt with it.
You know, the funny thing is he can't hunt fish with it. Didn't say he couldn't hunt people.
I think
But I
there's a
know a
law
lot of
against-
I know a lot of the laws in the UK, and unfortunately, you cannot hunt people with a bow.
you can't hunt with people with a bow everywhere. for the most
You
part.
can't even hunt them with a knife. Even that's illegal.
Implied.
Oh, it's implied. Yeah.
Unless you're like in the Amazon or something like that.
I'm not hunting him. I am preventing him from fleeing from the scene of a crime.
That's why you need a bow fishing tip for that. You
What
know,
crime did he commit? He pissed me off.
he's running away from dinner.
I was offended.
No, I do think, Jason, you could use a bow fishing setup on your bow.
No. This is the proper wording that you say. It's an invasive species.
It really is.
Yeah,
Actually, no.
that would
You know what's even
technically be true.
funnier?
Was
Let's
that?
just say, you know what's even funnier? You walk around with about a 2-foot piece of 2x4 with a bunch of fence posts or fence slats stuck to it, and then you beat someone to death with it. And when they ask what happened, all you got to do is be like, "I took offense to it."
Yep.
You took offense to what he was saying.
Yeah,
Thump.
I was offended by it. I took offense. How did he die? Well, apparently he met the other end of the fence. I don't know.
I do like your fence deal. That's pretty good.
Well, the easiest way to, they have said it a few times around here, but the best way to off somebody without leaving any evidence is you just pick up a little person, you beat them to death with it, and it looks like and when they just leave them there, and cops show up, then forensics looks at it, they're like, yeah, they just beat each other to death.
Yeah, we don't want
It
to
would
talk
have been
about.
his Achilles
I
heel.
don't. I think that's a little bit too much, too graphic right now. There, Cliff. You might want to tone it down just a little bit.
Just
a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Yeah. The leprechauns made me do it, right?
Yeah. The voices in my head that control the leprechaun that made me do it, did it?
You did say there was a couple places near you that are thrift shops or something like them, but you just never been to.
Not near me.
Where you work?
Near where I work, which is a 20-minute drive. And
Well,
they're another 5-6 minutes north of that.
Yeah, that's still, I mean, okay. It's interesting that people in the Southwest and Texas don't tell you how far something is. They tell you how long it takes.
Yeah.
Most people in the Midwest are the same way.
You got to remember, here in Texas, that's like 85 miles an hour.
That's in town.
Yeah.
On the highway.
On the highway, yeah.
That's why people from the UK don't like going into Texas. They get there.
I'm
and it's
not
hard for
very
them to get
tall,
out.
though. Everybody's tall compared to me.
The
But doesn't
realization
mean they're stronger than me. What was that, Jason?
Oh, when the English come over here, or actually when most people come over here from across the world, come here to Texas, they're going, this is forever to try and cross it.
Yeah, it was like Josh and Jace from Josh from England and his friend Jason.
Yeah, I am Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, they took 3 days to get across Texas, and they did. I mean, there's no concept of how big the United States is because all they see is it on a map. There's no scale, like it should be. It's not to scale. That's one thing they should realize. When you see a map of, say, the state of Iowa, it looks like that big on a map. But in real life, it's freaking huge. And Texas is like 4 or 5 times bigger than that.
Yeah, you can drive from corner to corner, like opposite, like diagonally on it from Iowa, and that's still the time it takes you to drive that, you're still in Texas.
It takes me 3 hours to get from here to Yellow River, at least 3.5 to 4 hours to go to the Yellow River. To Texas, I lived in Texas for a while when I was in the service, and if you drive a day
You're still
in any direction from San Antonio, you're still in Texas.
Yeah, it's between me and Jason. It's like almost 15 hours. It's a four.
Yeah.
That's me driving through Texas for 10 hours because it's from where I'm at to the Texas border is like 3.5, 4 hour drive. So getting to Jason is another 10 hours of driving through Texas, and I'm still in Texas
Yeah. At
for
least
that
a day.
entire duration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can drive 24 hours and still be in Texas.
Yeah, we're still like what? 7 hours from San Antonio?
Yeah.
7
I was stationed.
hours.
It's a lot. I spent most of my military career when I was in Texas, in San Antonio.
Yeah,
I
'cause
And
think if you drove from the bottom half, literally the point of Texas up to the panhandle, I think that drive would actually take you 30 hours.
it depends on what speed you go to.
It would
Almost.
still
And it's
take
not
you
putting
30
in.
hours.
It's not taking into account gas stops, bathroom breaks, food breaks,
Speed limits.
speed limits, and possible breakdowns. Because there's that much driving in Texas, a lot of things could happen.
Yes.
Overheating is a possibility because it's Texas, as well as any animal occurrences and things like that. Now, I don't know how often hogs run across highways or interstates
Geez, yeah, that's
because they don't talk about that. No one talks about that. When they show pictures of hogs in big herds and stuff, they don't talk about them crossing highways or anything like that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't.
They said they will mess up a car bad. They'll destroy.
Well,
it.
I'm sure they would. I mean, they're like 400 pounds. They're going to mess up something. That's a light one.
Yeah, even an 80-pound pig will. They'll have to scrap the car. They're that solid.
The only state that's bigger than Texas is Alaska, and Alaska makes Texas look tiny. And that's saying
Rob, that only happens in Madagascar.
Yeah.
stays in Madagascar.
No, read his comment. You'll appreciate the retort.
Ah.
Yes, that only
That's
happens in Madagascar.
Sarge, right? I
Huh?
think that's his name is Sarge or something like that, or is that Private Kowalski?
Yeah, God, I think it's Private Kowalski.
Don't ask me why he's Polish, but he is.
Each one of them has a slightly different accent. They're weird.
By marriage.
What was that, Jason?
By marriage.
By marriage, probably. He's adopted. Or oh man, don't get us started on that because I mean I just got a glimpse of the that one movie about Madagascar, so I'm not going to go into that.
The Afro.
That we could just go down a rabbit hole.
No, Jason, no. I heard what you said, and no.
What did he say?
You don't.
Put it in the private chat.
If you hear it, it's gonna get stuck in your
Put it in
head.
the private chat.
You freaking-
I already got the freaking song Afro Circus stuck in my head.
Oh, I said Afro.
That's what he said.
I've had that thing because when the snippet of the movie that I saw was that part where he was wearing the freaking rainbow afro.
You haven't seen
Ugh.
any of those movies?
I have seen them.
Oh, they're absolutely wonderful, genius.
They're hilarious.
They are hilarious, especially with that one tiger that jumps through the keyhole with the zebra. Don't ask me how that happens. It just sort of he focuses it and it happens.
I was more interested, just confused at the fact that they all fell through the ventilation shaft along with the hippo, and that ventilation shaft was only like 8 inches wide, and just landed on everybody.
And how does that?
Hey, Blake, where were you last night?
Blake, how you doing, brother?
Hey, he's not dead. He didn't get swept away in the last tornado.
Or hurricane?
Yeah. By the way, hurricane starts with her.
It's
Not him.
hurricane.
It's not a hurricane. It's a hurricane.
It's a hurricane.
Yeah, I'm in it.
It's a hurricane.
Oh, and Jenny says menopause starts with men.
Yeah, but it only happens in women. Love you, Jenny.
Yeah, man, can handle it, so we go out and buy toys instead.
She's right there making fun of it.
Inspiration.
He loves us, hon. You know that. He's amazing. Hey, we'd rather joke about it than it actually be something really bad anyway.
Yeah, and let's see, how many wheels does a unicycle have? 1. How many wheels does a bicycle have? 2. How many wheels does a tricycle have? 3. How many cycles does a menstrual cycle have?
1.
12.
12.
He said, well, I knew right. You didn't get me on that one.
Okay, 1 a month. Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, by the way, that mouse is back.
Ooh, again?
I'm looking right at it.
And you don't have anything ready.
Well, he's got it ready. It's sitting right next to him.
It's not moving good.
Did it get poisoned, maybe, or get attacked?
I think I tagged it last night.
Night, Cecilia.
Good night, Cecilia. And I don't have
What in
enough
the
air.
heck?
Hey, Cliff, I got a question for you. I know you don't bow fish, but if you were, would you prefer using a compound or a traditional bow for
Probably
doing it?
compound. Less likely to deflect off the water due to higher impact speed.
Where's Johnny Mac out of, by the way? Anybody know?
His house.
What state?
Michigan.
Oh, okay. It means he's closer to me than you guys.
I didn't even get to answer. I was going to say
Or is that
solid.
Wisconsin? I can't.
Huh?
I can't remember what state it's in. Wisconsin.
But still closer than me. I'm still closer.
My answer was solid.
I have to look. Okay, I just got to remember if I spell his name right.
JOHNNYMAK.
Is it just 1 N or 2?
I believe it's 2. You know, you can just scroll up on the chat and find him.
Yeah, I found him.
The heck? Did you shoot a cowbell?
That wasn't me.
That was the my foster fitting hitting the steel tank.
Thought you shot a cowbell. I was like, what the heck?
You always need more cowbell.
Yes. But also no. But also yes. How many attempts did you go for it last night, Jason, after we got
2.
off? Oh, just the 2?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe what happened to me last night, though, Cliff.
You fell asleep?
No, I wasn't feeling well. I told CR to let you guys know. And I literally went to sleep right after that. I passed out for 4 straight hours.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
you fell asleep.
when I get to 4 hours, that's my max sleep. I can't sleep any more than that. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning after that.
And then
I
fell
did
back
look to
asleep.
see if you guys were still on. You know, sometimes you guys late chat type of thing. But I
Not
didn't
that
see it.
late.
No, not that late.
The poor guy has to go to work in the morning. Me,
Sure.
maybe, just because I don't sleep much as it is anyway.
Well, 10 o'clock is when I woke up. So
Oh, hold on. You gotta hit mute.
no, just, you know,
Daughter came home.
I'm still recovering from whatever it is that I have. So if it wasn't for Jenny putting on a space heater because our heater's messing up or something like that, I was so freaking cold today. My backs of my hands were ice cold and everything. So, yeah.
Chilly Willy.
Well, I'm warm now. My hands are starting to warm up, but my system is all out of whack since this medication I got to take.
Got like 4,000 wool blankets over there. Wrap yourself in a wool blanket.
I got a homemade comforter I'm wrapped up in right now.
Only the bottom half, not the top half.
Well, it's kind of hard to do stuff with my hands without, when my hands are covered up. My hands are actually warm now, which is nice.
You need to get yourself a
Good night,
plug.
Cecilia.
You want to hear something really interesting? Guess who's been here all week?
Ian.
Ian.
Why? Was he bored at the other place?
I don't know exactly why. Maybe he's getting a beef with his mom. I don't know. But he's been here all week. So it's nice having him, though. I get to hang out with him. But he's got to go. He's got some stuff he's got to catch up on. And he's trying to find a job and all this other stuff. It's hard.
Yeah, when he gets a job, it'll help him it'll help him acquire funds for the multi-tool that he apparently lost.
Well, no, actually, it's a pair of pliers. I'm not sure what kind of pliers there are, but they're pliers of some kind. He wants to get them for Christmas because these things are not what you call cheap pliers.
Why I said with the funds that he gets from his job, he can
I mentioned the same thing about him getting a job, and he can just buy one himself. You earn the money. Yeah. Oh man, my stomach is up in knots right now. So
Yeah, mine was until a little while ago. I sucked down I ate food like a hungry dog, and then chugged about half a thing of liquids over here.
on a good note, I weighed myself the other day, and it was 286.7. I'm down again. So that's good news. I'm slowly losing the weight.
Just because I know somebody's going to tell me the same thing that I told them yesterday, pictures or it didn't happen. That is what I currently did to my yard today.
I can't wait to see the video of your new planter boxes.
I haven't made new planter boxes. I redid the soil. I revitalized them. Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Scott.
But
Now,
you'll notice.
What are those?
You'll notice behind the Jeep, I no longer have that weird compost bin. I got rid of it.
Okay.
And I have all of these planters that I keep buying because they're like $20 each, but they're really, really nice planters.
Right.
I just moved them all over here. I didn't even touch this thing's been sitting in the same spot for like
how big are those?
14 by 16.
How tall? I mean,
16 inches.
that's pretty good size.
Yeah, they
Are
are.
those plastic or are they actual terracotta?
No, they're ABS plastic.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, whatever. But I've got like 8 of those things. I want to get more because I'm actually they're really nice planters. They're vertical. They're not tapered out. The thing I hate about most planters is they taper out like this.
Right.
But when you put a plant in there, it forces the roots to do this.
Right.
Instead of going out where they normally want to.
But what you do should be reversed and go this way.
Yeah, but the problem is when you do that, if you ever
can't
have
get 'em
to plant the plant from the planter, you have to cut the planter open to get the plant out. So that's why I like the vertical ones, because the roots go out to the edge and then they'll just kind of, climb down or circle.
Right.
But most plants, you're not going to have an extensive root system like that.
What's wrong, Scott? That you have a pain going on. And if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. The link's at the top of the chat. No, I'm meaning to talk to you anyway. I'm supposed to be purchasing a new bow tomorrow, but my money got pushed back due to the freaking holiday on Monday. Veterans Day. Everything got pushed back a day, which really sucks.
Yeah, Scott, for some plants, it's fine. If they have a shallow root system, that's not too bad, because then the roots, they're only going 3-4 inches across and down, or they're growing across, but they're only going 3-4 inches down. It's not as bad.
What type of plants have deeper roots? like the one.
Anything with a taproot, radishes, carrots, pepper plants, anything
Potatoes.
that usually grows higher than about 2 feet.
Potatoes have deep roots, right?
Potatoes have deep roots only because potatoes spread tubers. They're kind of like ant hills, like an ant colony. You start at the top and then they just keep digging little holes and they just kind of spread out. But you have to have really loose dirt.
Okay, that's why I've seen people grow potatoes in laundry baskets.
They'll grow them in. The reason why they grow them in laundry baskets is for the access of ease of air because you still need airflow. Hence the reason why you got to do them in really loose soil.
Right.
They like that really good airflow.
I've seen people do them in old coffee bags, burlap bags.
Yeah, you fill the bag, you cut a hole in the bottom, or you just let it grow, and then after a couple of months, you just cut it and you just start pulling them out from the bottom.
I've seen people just get the big bags of soil, like from any store that has big giant bags of soil. Cut a couple holes, then put them in the top and just let it go sideways. Just let it go.
Yeah, you can. But you gotta have good soil. You can't have certain soils you can't use because they're designed for shallow planters.
Like, so, okay, what would you consider a good one to acquire? Like Miracle Grow would not be a good idea?
Miracle Grow is a good one, but you have to have the right one because they make 2 or 3 different versions of soil. One of them, they make one that's in ground, and they make one specifically for like hanging plants or like little planters, which it retains water, but it doesn't really provide any real nutritional value for the plant. Hence the reason why most of your plants you buy in the store in those plastic containers usually die after 3 or 4 months.
Well, okay, what about the Scott's plant? I've seen Scott's makes their own soil too. I'm not sure if that's any good or not, but I know they're generally grass. Generally,
don't know personally, but because again, I purchase specific soils and then I just make my own soil blend.
Right. Well, it's always good to know about specific types of soil because not everybody does the basic science of the soil content.
Don't die, Jenny.
If you get any extra pheasants, send some down my way there, Scott. He's going on a pheasant hunt this weekend.
Yep, you can do that too as well, Rob. Just if you get the real big diameter pipe, you can just vertical it and then just drill holes in it, and you can just put whatever you want in there. You do them 2-3 feet, about 2 feet tall. You'll get that whole thing will just start growing with potatoes.
Would you use like a PVC pipe, or would you use a clay pipe? What would you use?
I wouldn't necessarily. I would probably do the PVC pipe. It's a lot easier to drill holes in it. The terracotta pipe, the problem is with that is when it gets wet, it technically weakens the bond between the pressed clay. Yes, it'll retain water longer, which is why a lot of people use the big terracotta like
planters.
No, they're not not the planters itself. It looks like basically it looks like a bottle. And
I've seen those.
You stick it in the ground around, and then you put your plants around that, and you fill that bugger with water, and you just leave it.
Okay.
And what
like a self-watering system.
Yeah, I don't remember the actual name of it, but yeah, the water just seeps out, and then the plants just wrap around it.
It almost sounds like you're talking about like a chimnea or something like that, because I've seen those are made of terracotta sometimes.
Yeah, something similar to that, but it's fully enclosed.
Okay. Now, could you use one of those?
Yeah. You can for planting, but again, not really recommended.
I'm just saying, if you can figure it out, if you could start it at the top, and if the roots grew down far enough, you could get to the part that opens up. You just reach in there and grab potatoes.
You'd have to pack the dirt into where it wouldn't fall out of the hole because most of those have some fairly large holes.
Well, but you could put like a mesh or something in the front to hold.
You'd have to put something in there, otherwise all the dirt's going to fall out.
Yeah, but you put a mesh on the inside for the soil to come up against it, but not pack it so tight that it would inhibit the growth of potatoes, obviously. Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of people use terracotta in different things, like terracotta shingles and stuff like that, but I don't know anything about pipes at all.
That's what a lot of piping was made. Well, similar piping was made in certain rural areas or like Indonesia, or I mean, like Aboriginal locations.
Well, they
Used
actually use them in
terracotta.
older homes in the United States too.
Yeah, that one they used cast iron, literally.
Like in my house that we have here from the 1940s, they used a lot of cast iron.
Yeah,
But
they
the thing
used
is,
cast iron for a lot of it, but what they used the terracotta for was the chimney.
we still have one of those. Now, I don't know if it's being used as just an exhaust for our current furnace. I don't know. But we got to get our furnace looked at because we're having issues with our heater. But right now, we're getting it worked at. No, because to me, I'd rather, if since I would grow foods that I would normally eat, not share out that much. You grow everything like hot peppers and all that stuff.
I try to grow a variety of stuff, sometimes with success, sometimes it's an absolute failure. This year, my pepper plants did not do as well as previous year or the year previous.
What was your best crop this year?
Surprisingly, freaking sweet potatoes.
You mentioned them, but I don't remember seeing any.
Because I haven't posted the video yet.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. I rarely eat sweet potatoes. Rarely.
Yeah, I don't really eat sweet potatoes myself. I just had two bad ones that were growing in the pantry, and I stuck them in the ground. And I wish I would have had another 30 days to let them just grow in the ground before the entire top of the plant froze off.
Right. Did they turn out decent sized?
I had some decent ones. If you want, I can go grab one.
If you want to. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
I can go find where we put the box. I'll go grab one. I got some decent
Okay.
little ones, but
We're talking sweet potatoes now, Jason.
Yeah, we were talking about those last night.
No, he's actually going to show off one of his sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
The only time I really eat sweet potatoes is a little bit at Thanksgiving, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much here. I don't care much for them.
I mean, they're good, but they're just too sweet for me.
No, I tried them in that French fry form, and I didn't like them either.
Like the sweet potato fries?
Yeah, no, I didn't like them.
No, me either. I think Jenny tried them once. Huh?
I love it.
She loves them.
I didn't like them.
Molly didn't like them. And
Was that at the
Famous Dave's.
was it Famous Days? No, if that was that one other place we go to. Over by the
I know where.
I just can't remember where.
see,
Scott says hi, Jason.
yes, I see that.
bringing
Yeah.
in dirt. Bringing in dirt.
And Blake says he's got a bunch of terracotta sewer pipes, used or unused.
That's just extra fertilizer, one way or the other.
So here's my sweet potatoes.
Those look like yams.
They're
They
sweet
are.
potatoes.
Same thing.
Why are they called sweet potatoes then?
Some people call them jam. Some people call them sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So that's one there. It's not a fat one, but it's fairly long, and that was one of my other ones that was actually fairly decent.
They're actually decent sized, actually.
Yeah, and I got a whole bunch of them roughly around the same size. So all in all, I think I had like maybe 4 or 5 pounds of these.
That's not bad though. Are you guys going to use any of them for Thanksgiving?
Probably not, but the parents, my mom will eat some of them, which is more or less who I even grew them for. I just said screw it, and I just chucked them in the ground and figured out why not.
Yeah,
Rob on the road says, if we're going to be talking about potatoes, can we take a moment to remember Jason's antisocial potato?
yeah,
It will be missed.
yes.
The lone potato that.
Please explain it.
Because I planted a bunch of potatoes and only one survived.
Oh. Not as big as the ones that Mallory grew, right?
God, nowhere near. No, it's just a plant
Those
that
things were
Jason
just
had.
monstrous potatoes. What would you do with a potato that big?
She
Honestly,
had something like 370 something pounds of potatoes.
Wow.
what do you do with that much potatoes besides sell it?
No, you just leave them in the basement.
She did.
Potato
She couldn't.
salad.
Remember, she was moving. She moved since
Potato
then.
cocktail.
Yeah, but that was like 2 years after she grew all those potatoes.
Yeah, I would sell some at least. Potato cannon. That's illegal in England. There, Rob. Everything's illegal there.
Not in Canada.
Oh, well, are catapults legal?
That's
No, but
assuming you can find enough cats to fling off of them.
Just not Mac.
No, he'd be the perfect launch target to see Macus attacking.
No, he's the one firing it. He would not be launched.
Rob says probably not.
so, probably catapult, yes. Trebuchet, no.
I'm just curious because I mean they outlaw pretty much everything. You go in medieval weaponry. So I did see a pawn shop with one of those in front of it. I think I posted a picture once, and it's not illegal to sell them here in the United States.
What, a cannon? Yeah, you can buy those all day
No,
long.
catapults.
No, they're not illegal here.
I know they do the pumpkin chunkin division. There's a division of catapults.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do a drive-by launching with that.
Oh, you'd have to be in the back of a flatbed pickup with one.
If I'm not mistaken, aren't three-man slingshots illegal over there too?
I think so.
They're in the process of, so they're not illegal yet.
They're not illegal yet, so that'd be great. I mean, you launch some stuff at people, and they can't say it's illegal.
You might hurt yourself. That's why we're going to make it illegal.
Slingshots are illegal.
That's sad. You can't even walk around with a pocket rocket. That's terrible.
Can you imagine putting that in the back of there's a certain type of catapult I've seen that basically you hold it up, it drops, then it swings around and flings pumpkins.
Yeah, trebuchet.
No. This one you have to hold up off the ground. It's a small one.
That's funny. How big is it? Or excuse me, what size is it?
About 4 feet tall.
No, Rob's.
No
Because
clue.
oddly, due to a technical loophole, I can own a trebuchet.
As long as it's below 6 inches tall.
But you can make your own guns.
No, that Scott can make his own guns.
You're allowed to-
We can make our own guns. We can build black powder rifles and all this other stuff. Cannons, even.
You can actually make your own firearm legally here, but you cannot sell it.
Unless
If
you have
you
a
want to, if you make it yourself.
It can be willed after passing away, but it still cannot go anywhere else.
Unless you have your LLC and you're actually a company that does it for legally.
Okay.
Rob apparently can own a full-size siege engine trebuchet.
Would you want one, though, is the question. And
Where
if you
the
just
hell
say
would you
no,
put
I will
one?
be really upset with you.
Where would you put one? Those things have a ridiculously huge footprint.
Okay.
It's the structure
Ian's
of his
got a
house.
little mini one. It's about 2 feet tall.
Yeah,
That's
and
like-
it's probably 3.5 feet wide.
No, it's about that long by that wide. And about 3 feet tall.
Rob, preemptively answering that question, I can ask you this. Can you stick 37 bananas in your pooper? And since you preemptively answered, yes, that is disturbing.
No, what's more disturbing, Cliff, is that you actually came up with that question.
On the spot, only because he answered. I could have come up with a variety of questions. That just
Obviously. No, but the thing is, can you imagine having your neighbor war using trebuchets?
Yeah, but do you know how far a trebuchet launches things
A lot.
with the right counter ballast? Really
Even
far.
the small ones do it pretty far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got to realize those when they made those things in medieval times, they were chucking boulders that weighed as much as cars.
Yes. But they were not mobile either.
No, they pretty much had to build those things on spot. Which basically means they had to run or either drag all that lumber or cut every tree in the surrounding area down just to make it.
Now, would that be now if you transported it? Would that be a takedown trebuchet?
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
The TBT.
TBT. To be transported. Trucks being thrown. TBT.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm checking something.
Oh, is it all the boxes?
So the only thing legal in England to do for fun is go to the pub and drink and tell stories.
And sadly, walk some of the trails.
Well, yeah.
Because they've got some pretty interesting historical stuff along a lot of those trails. I've learned a lot of random bits of information just watching all the people in like the UK just like walking around.
Ooh, I wonder how far you can fling a squirrel.
Okay.
Not as far as you would think.
Watch this one.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, I've seen something similar to that.
I don't know how far it went, but that's the style I was talking about.
Holy moly.
That
That
took a
dude's
long
on a football field.
Here's another one of the same style.
Yeah, it's counterballast style trebuchet without the platform. But you gotta figure out, think how hard that is to set up with all of that counterweight at the top.
Here's
It looked
another.
like he had that pinned to the ground, and then when he pulled it, it all flung forward.
Here's a small one. That's the kind I was talking about.
Don't know. I don't know if Rob's actually being serious on that one, or if there actually is one.
Oh, this one here's got the plans on how to make it. This particular
Trebuchet
video.
or that thingy.
Oh, here is that little teeny one. This one right here.
Yeah, we can't see nothing. Ooh.
That's a 3-foot one I was talking about. I'll see if I can make it bigger.
Google search.
Here's that big one.
2,
I gave
1.
him.
Oh, that's a big rock. Too. He just
That
launched
was a
that puppy.
bowling ball. It wasn't a rock. That was a bowling ball.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, that would be scary to see.
Holy
Scroll up. See what the
moly.
title said. 500
500
pound walking arm trebuchet on pumpkin chunk in E. So he was chucking a pumpkin.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So that
Here's-
counterweight was roughly 500 pounds.
Yeah.
This one did it 861 feet.
So
For a
that
pumpkin.
would have been what? That's a 55-gallon drum, either full of concrete or full of water.
Yeah, so
That's kind of cool.
let's see here. Give me a second. I gotta copy this one here. There's a mini one here I want to show you guys.
Yeah, 1,100 feet is no joke.
Here's another one.
This is a little mini version, just with a. It looks like a what? I'd say a 15-pound plate.
5 to 10, who knows?
Whew!
That still launched it.
Yeah, it did.
I can see her now.
You can see her now. Yeah.
Here's the other one I was. Oh crap! I gotta show it to you, but this is the one I was trying to show you earlier.
Oh, I see how they make that super easy.
861 feet for this one.
Can't even see the darn thing.
It's down where these people are, way down
Yeah,
there.
I seen the drone hauling, but trying to keep up with it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
this
that
guy
thing's
here.
probably launching it at a good 200, 300 feet per second.
Yeah, it's
It's essentially a cantilever style launch.
yeah. But that's actually a pretty simple design.
Yeah. It's like a miniature mortar.
It could be used as such. But I mean, it's a drop trebuchet, I guess. Wow. He throwing a potato. He was launching a potato. Now, who needs a potato cannon when you have a potato trebuchet?
Rob, new challenge. Can you thrift build a trebuchet?
I have seen kits. They do make them. I've seen kits in stores before. So is it possible that someone might have put those kits in a thrift shop somewhere?
I mean, it's possible. Thrift shops do sell random bits of God knows what.
They're the hobby ones. They provide all the materials to put it together. Then you just put it together, and you got a tabletop trebuchet.
I mean, you can make a little one with popsicle sticks.
Yeah, Temu. If you can get it from Temu or something like that, but oh my God, that would be a competition between all of us, building our own little mini trebuchets and measuring how far we could launch them.
I'm not building a trebuchet. Building a ballista.
What are you going to be launching?
Toothpicks. At high velocity from a tiny
I will
little
find a
thing.
way to launch arrows.
That's a ballista.
It's a ballista.
No. When I say arrows, I mean multiple at the same time.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can do one with the kinetic energy one.
They did one on Mythbusters once.
Yeah,
George
but it was
Sprague
chemical.
made one. Or George Sprague made a repeater.
Well, the repeating crossbow is a thing. It's been around since China, way back in the day. But this one here is like basically going to launch them all at once, and you just shoot them all out at the same time. Now, accuracy
Yeah,
sucks.
didn't the Chinese make one of those?
I think they did, but I think theirs was more gunpowder
They used to shoot
powered.
like 50 arrows at once.
Yep, something like that. A flanks, yes. Thank you, Rob. I've got plenty of arrows, so that's the reason I would probably do that, something like that, just because I think it would be funny.
See, what you do is you take a truck spring, okay, and you get a nice metal tube. Yeah, let me do this.
You would have to use a
And you
winch
put
in
your
order to
arrow
crank
in
it
it,
back.
then you
So.
pull the spring back on the truck spring, on the leaf spring, let it go and let it slap that arrow.
Basically, what I'm thinking about, yeah.
Kinetic energy, yeah.
But you would have to have like a big winch to crank it down in the first
Oh, yeah,
place.
you would.
There's
You'd
no
have to
way you could do
mount
it. Like,
that to the back of a truck to use that because you ain't. leaf springs are designed to keep your truck from, everywhere.
But yeah, like I said, the kinetic energy. It's simple.
But
Well,
oh my
you could
god,
actually do it the easier way. You could just, instead of using the leaf springs themselves, you can actually use the shocks. The shock springs from the
Again,
front.
you
You
have
just
to have
weld
massive
it to the
coil
side.
springs?
No, your actual your coil springs.
That's what I just said. Coil springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weld
Probably
those
you
onto a
have to put a
pipe,
sear.
and then weld some D rings to the other side, and then you pull that sucker back, and that thing's gonna wing, 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 wing.
Too dangerous.
Can you imagine people doing drive-bys with those?
Be launching PVC. Would you launch PVC or a 1-inch, like actual conduit?
Oh,
Oh,
metal
right.
rods,
Yeah, the
steel
EMT.
rods. If you're going to
I don't
launch
know.
something, launch
Even
something.
launching PVC would be kind of funny. Just all of a sudden, bam, PVC rod through the window. They're like, what the heck?
Too light.
Yes, like anything other than metal, it would be too light there, Cliff.
No, I think you would get the.
It would snap.
Don't cap it either. I'm talking just throw some fins on this, like glue some fins on the side and just let that
No.
be an air tube.
Also, use a streamer.
Due to Archer's paradox, the bow would flex. The arrow would flex too much with PVC. It could snap.
Yeah.
Not if it's short enough. I'm not talking about launching a 12-foot piece.
But in order to get any accuracy, you're going to have to.
3 feet, 4 feet. That's all you really need. I mean, the
Still,
standard
you
length
still
of the
have-
ballista was only like 6 feet.
This is a solid fiberglass rod. This still
I would-
flexes out of shooting out of a
I
bow.
would use an EMT, and I would probably put a rivet through it with a streamer on the inside of it. So when it launched, the streamer pulls out of the back end of it from the airflow, and then it makes it a little bit more stable, so it keeps it from flipping in the air.
Kind of like a kite.
No, that's a possibility.
Oh, you could. I mean, at that point, you could also the same way you do it like a bolt, is you could even weld just a couple of like a 2-inch long piece of freaking flat bar. Just weld that on there. There's your fins right there.
Yeah,
You're like 1/4-inch flat, 2-inch by 2-inch.
Spear gun.
Or you could just rivet some aluminum on there for the fins.
I think at that speed coming off of that with using leaves, the compression springs, I think that would just rip them off.
But
like
here's
a
the thing: you don't know until you try it, and practice is all the fun part where it's at anyway.
Rob says rebar. If you're going to do it properly.
Rebar, you would need something bigger than the truck springs.
Not really.
No, if you use the
No, depends on which truck springs you're talking about. Is what I'm saying. Not just your normal, F-150 truck springs.
I don't know,
Now, military deuce and a half springs, maybe, or something bigger, like a big dump truck. Possibly.
Dude, if you're using 2.5 leaf springs, you're launching that piece of rebar to the next county.
Yeah, you don't have to go back far.
You wouldn't be aiming up; you'd be aiming flat.
Yeah, and you're still going to get the next county with that much force.
Yeah, but you go through anything you hit.
Yeah, concrete, rebar, freaking
People,
17
cars.
people, a truck engine.
Like I say, kinetic energy is an amazing thing.
But, oh man.
At least with rebar, too, you could put a nice point on there, heat treat that sucker, and yeah, that'll go through just about everything.
Again, you need to have a streamer on the back end to keep it from flipping.
Well, that's why, like I said, you got to just weld some fins on there.
Now, if you put the fins at an angle, Cliff, where they'll cause a spiral.
Oh, it'll spiral. It'll either spiral or it might cause it to fishtail.
So that's what Archer's paradox is. So that's why you got to watch out for that.
Well, that's why also you have the length versus there's a reason why most fletchings are roughly a specific length. It's so it doesn't cause this.
Well, the thing is, I mean, fletching doesn't necessarily have to be symmetrical. They don't have to be specifically spaced. I've seen fletching that still works that are completely wonky looking, but they still shoot straight.
Well, yeah, because all your wind resistance is, it doesn't. You can have two on like one side, roughly, that far apart, and one on the other end. Shoot it sideways, looks all weird.
No.
But the fins are going to keep it vertical. Or
No,
it's
what I
gonna keep it
mean
from-
is, it does not mean they're like in the same location, just different spots on that one. I'm talking about different parts of the shaft.
It's amazing what you can do with just a 2 feet of cable as a streamer.
cable.
The wind resistance.
What about a leather whip then? If you're going to go that route, be a lot lighter, make
Yeah,
more.
you don't need a whole lot, just enough to keep it from tumbling.
Well, you'd have to practice. That's the big thing.
That's essentially what that drag is. What you'd be keeping it from flipping over.
You don't need a whole lot.
Well, you have neighbors that can shoot cannon.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be too difficult for you to just set up a small setup and see what you can do, Jason.
that's okay. Like I said, the one I want to do is I want to build a 2-inch air gun.
If we're going to talk about trebuchets, let's see a
That's already
trebuchet
here.
happen.
What are you shooting out of that? Potatoes, carrots?
No, just to do it.
If you're going to do something, do an air cannon, but use cannonballs. I mean, bowling balls.
No. 2-inch.
If you're going to go big, go big. Don't go tiny.
Just
Well, no,
surprised
because I can get the 2-inch off the shelf.
Because of the MythBusters did a ping pong ball.
But no, like I said, a 2-inch tow hitch ball would fit through a 2-inch rigid.
Okay, I can see a toe pitch ball then.
Yeah.
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna leave a dent.
That's going to tumble.
No, you weld a skirt on there.
So you're making it more like a
Pellet.
pellet.
It's
Okay.
turning it into a pellet, a solid steel pellet
Yeah.
that weighs like 2 pounds.
No, it's probably way more than that.
When we were shooting those water tanks, the water heaters, that's
Right.
what we were using. We were using a steel pellet made from ball hitch, and he welded a little skirt on the back of it.
Can you use ball bearings?
Yeah, what do you think a BB is?
No, steel bar bearing. The new. If you're going to do it 2-inch,
Yeah, I don't have any rifling. It'll be not accurate.
Oh my God, Jason! I just thought of something.
What?
Buckshot or quail shot out of that 2-inch.
Grape shot.
Just load a container full of BBs and just stuff it down the hole and
that's a
fire.
great shot. Like they did
Unfortunately,
in the-
I already know
the-
what that does. Unfortunately, yeah.
that would be shrapnel.
That's gonna destroy anything it hits.
Put it this way: a 20 gauge shell, 3-inch 4-shot mag, will actually go through a steel drum both sides at 20 feet.
Well, if you ever got to breach a solid concrete building, that 2 inch is the way to do it. Just one shot and you're gonna blow a hole in it.
It'll be a clean hole.
It'll be a hole.
There's a hole in my bucket.
What is
There.
Well, Sean was saying that you still need about 100 yards for the pellet to become stable.
Oh no, this is 2.5.
I was thinking of the 2-inch barrel with going that speed. What's your air pressure? You think?
I don't know what the air pressure is going to be. It'll probably only be maybe 300 psi, maybe.
Under 2 inches.
That's stretching it really high.
I would think it'd have to be higher due to the weight of the pellet.
Not because you're using the mass.
but you'd have to break the inertia of it going from 0 to,
Yeah,
It's
I have
great,
absolutely nothing in here that's exactly
Okay.
what.
the pumpkin chunking contest. Believe it or not, those are only like 80 to 100 psi.
I know they have over
But
almost
it's
a
a
2 mile shot.
large volume
Damn.
of
Oh,
air.
I have seen cannon that shoot those, Cliff.
Oh yeah, no, but the problem is that's a 2 1/4 inch. It's not 2 inch even, so it's going to be a forced if you stick that in a 2 inch barrel.
No, the little 6-ounce cans of soda are 2 inches in diameter.
Are they the little shooters or
Mm-hmm.
the Starbucks ones or whatever?
They
Yep.
shoot those on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they shoot the whole can. They don't shoot it.
That's what I
empty.
mean.
They shoot it full.
Yeah,
The
we
can
fill it full
is
of the shell.
ammo.
You just
Well,
fill it
that's
full
Imagine
of.
if you
Yeah,
launched it with a Diet Coke with a Mentos attached to the front.
No, you empty out the can and you fill it full of mortar. Let it harden
No. When you hit the Mentos,
Jason.
What? I already know.
Why mortar? Just fill it with clay. That way you get that nice.
It'll be funny. Fill it full of chalk
Poof.
or gypsum. If you
Talcum.
use them in ball field stripes.
Yeah, talcum or
talcum powder.
drywall. That's essentially what drywall
It's
is.
gypsum.
or even flour.
Oh, freeze some paint. That way you have a giant paintball.
Then you'd have to clean it up. That's the only issue.
Not if you're shooting it way downrange on a area where you're not supposed to not be.
That's what I was thinking. If you're doing something that's not, it's biodegradable. There's no evidence left behind.
Jello.
Hey, geez, let's see.
Jello.
How many grains are in a pound?
I don't know.
How many grains are in 1 pound?
7,000.
7,000. So 14,000. Let's go to here.
Now you're using air, not
Yeah.
gunpowder. Okay,
Let's say,
I'm going to be
let's just
closing
say-
up in about 13 minutes, folks, because I'm
Yeah. Let's just say I can get it at least 600 feet per second. Okay.
at what if you do it at the right angle, you could probably get close to a mile.
Let's see. We'll just say if I just got it to 600 feet per second, which is hauling ass.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like I said, depending on the angle, you could probably make a mile with it easy.
Holy Guess just take a stab in the dark at how many foot-pounds that is.
10,000.
Keep going.
I'm thinking more like 35,000.
No,
What is it then?
keep going.
70,000.
50,000.
Keep
50,000. 100,000.
Oh. Sorry, no, back down. Sorry. 11,188 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle.
I said 10, so
Yeah,
I was close.
That was
by the
way
way,
up. For 30.
For you, Rob, that'd be 15,169 joules. 0.99.
That's a lot of joules. It's the family joules, no less.
Power factor of 8,400. That's a lot.
Yeah, that'll punch a hole in a solid, probably 2-foot
Not
Thick.
only that,
concrete wall.
that's 2 inches in diameter. So that is going to have a very big,
Impact.
not the impact, the
Force.
Oh, Cliff, what if you put them talcum powder or whatever it is in one of those big rubber ball, like a 2-inch rubber ball that has air? And you fill it up with that stuff.
the energy
Instead
dump.
of air, you use like powder or something.
Depends on where you load the rubber ball, because rubber has not exactly been known for its ease of release out of tubes.
No, they usually shatter.
Which is why you see most people that make those, they launch either tennis balls or potatoes, because you
What about a
can't,
hard
stick a
plastic
rack-
ball
you can't
then?
put a racket ball in there. They get stuck.
Yeah, Rob, I don't think they'd give you a permit for that. But just the fun of building it and saying that you can do it.
Tell them it's for science.
Yeah.
You're proving a Tesla theory. There you go.
Launch that sucker straight in the air, but use a flashbang.
Oh, he'd be arrested.
Launching that thing straight up in the air, that thing's going to go off freaking 300-400 feet in the air.
So I was being conservative about, the speed, being that high. I was giving it, doubt,
Yeah,
benefit of the
but
doubt
you're erring on the side of caution.
that I can get it that fast. Now, if it goes beyond that, I'll be totally shocked. I'll be floored.
Yeah, if you're standing behind it or holding it, yeah, you're definitely going to be floored.
Well, I was thinking about the barrel's gonna be about like 8 feet long.
You imagine just to think about the kickback on that sucker.
Wouldn't be as much as everybody thinks it would be.
What
But
would you
it's-
make it out of, though? The actual
Rigid pipe.
Yeah, you're going to have to use rigid.
no.
Yeah.
What kind of? I mean, you're gonna have to have a big electronic dump valve in order to dump that much pressure all at
I would
once.
actually literally have to have a hammer and spring and valve built for it. I would have to have the hammer milled for it.
And
I
the
don't
you're gonna have. I guess you could make your own air chamber using PVC because I've seen it done.
No, I don't think
Not
PVC
enough pressure out of that.
No, you get enough pressure. I'm not talking about thousands of psi. I'm only talking about a couple of hundreds. But I just need the volume, like a size of a 60-gallon water heater tank. I only have to get it only to 150 psi.
Right.
It's just getting it to release all at one time. That's
If
why
you do that,
the spring.
Nathan, I would love to be there in person to watch that happen. Behind a bulletproof glass in case it blows up.
No, not really. I mean, look at your standard air compressor tank. That's essentially all that would be is an air compressor tank attached to a 2-inch.
It's safe range.
Valve.
Its safe range is actually 180 psi. However, there is a like a burst valve that keeps it, from getting that high. And the compressor can only go so
Got a
high.
safety
before the
valve, in other
compressor go
words.
more, yeah.
But you got to override that. That's why I was saying, in case something happens, I'd rather be behind
I'm not
some
gonna-
kind of safety.
I'm not going to come nowhere near the design specifications of that psi.
Right.
That would just be dumb to do that.
Right.
And that much psi would take a heavy toll on the equipment itself.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need a whole lot of psi. Like I said, how many psi do those those guys that using the pumpkin cannons? It's not very high.
I think most of those are like maybe 50 psi to maybe like 50 to like 70 psi.
Yeah, I'm thinking anywhere between 50 to 125.
Let's.
But they're dealing with volume. So you're using a large plantum and you're releasing it all at one time through a large, what is it? Geez, I can't think of it now.
So here information for you, Jason. 3 test shots from 6-inch pumpkin gun shot at 25 psi, 110 yards.
Yeah.
Shot 2 was 30 psi, 130 yards, and shot 3 was 225 psi. Oh, sorry, 40 psi, 225 yards.
Yeah, like I said, doesn't take much air.
So the valve itself used compressed air around. So average is 100 to 125 psi. So what your standard air compressor pumps out for your
Yeah,
air tools.
yeah, but instead of having, the transfer port, that's what I was thinking. You got to have a large transfer port.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the things
Dump
I've
all of it at once.
heard people talk about on pumpkin chucking about getting that immediate release of all the pressure all at once. That's where they have a lot of their issues. It takes them about a year usually to go through all the different designs to get it to work.
But me dealing with the air guns, you actually have to build a tungsten hammer that's going to be about 3 inches in diameter, a large spring, and then the valve.
Well, the valve itself is what I'm talking about. Where we're
That would be the most expensive part to make.
No, the getting of the 3-inch chunk of tungsten is going to be the most expensive part.
Yes, I know. Then you're going to have it milled.
Yeah.
that would not be cheap. I'm
And
sorry,
remember,
guys.
inside-
I'm losing focus.
And the inside of that chamber where the hammer and valve are going to be have to be absolutely polished smooth. And those are going to have to be some very, very big O-rings.
Yup.
I mean, they did it back in the day with leather.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing back then. We don't know jack squat what the heck we're doing now.
Yeah, we got synthetics now.
Yeah, but we don't have any milling skills on average anymore, unless you're working for a big company that actually does that for a living.
It's not too hard. You got the machine that does it all for you.
But
It's
you got to
finding
have
somebody-
access to the machine.
It's finding somebody with that machine that can do that.
Exactly. Well, you do have people who do now. Okay, I'm not sure if they can do it with tungsten, mind you. They got
Wait. Jason, don't you have that at your work? You know, over there in Millworks?
No, Millworks is actually doors and windows.
Freaking. I always hear that too when I'm over there. Customer needs assistance at Millworks. I'm like,
Okay, gentlemen, I am going to call it because
Okay.
I'm fighting it right now. Thank you all for coming, folks. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Cliff. I really appreciate having you guys up. And this was the most interesting topic we've ever had. That was just oddball out of the blue.
Yeah.
And I think it was really interesting for the most part because who talks about trebuchets and catapults anymore?
Quite a few people.
Not us.
not in a while.
Yeah, as you guys can see, I have been thinking about this for a while.
So you're going to go to war with a trebuchet or air cannon.
Yeah,
basically.
I just want to do it just for fun.
You need to go do pumpkin chucking there, Jason, to get your juices flowing and your ability to actually shoot something.
I can
Yeah, it's
see
kinda hard.
Jason getting the van, gutting out everything except for the driver's seat, having the air tank on one side, that cannon going right toward the back door, and then he just has a release button that spring loads that thing up. So if someone's tailgating him, he just pops two buttons, and bam, they're obliterated. But the reload on that would absolutely suck because you'd have to stop and reload.
No, that's what part of my thinking is actually having a bolt for it, like a bolt action rifle, like the air rifles.
A breech loader.
No, not a breech loader. Bolt action, where you actually open it up, slide it in, drop the pellet in there, and shove it closed with a little probe that pushes it past the air transport.
Air transport port.
Like they do on Navy ships.
Yes, very close to it. Yeah, like what they do with tanks, Navy ships, and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. This is really, we might try to pick this one up at a later date. If Jason decides to take it out of that would be freaking cool stage. And we'll go see what that would results of that Frankenstein experiment would be. But right now, I need to get some sleep because I am drained. So I'm still not well.
I know the feeling.
Be well, be safe. I love you guys all. I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3,
Stop a rat.
2, 1.